Hi guys, welcome to Well-Doing Mama. My name's Stephanie. I'm a homeschool mom of 8 kids, ages 19 to 3. And I just like to share with you what we have done in our life, in our homeschool, in our daily things that help me to do a good job in doing the things that God's called me to do. One of those things He's called me to do is homeschool our children. So from a young age, we have worked on learning activities. And one of the things that we really enjoy doing is playing games. So today I'm going to share with you my top 5-ish, no, these are 5, my top 5 preschool games. So these are 5 games I really like for the 4, 5-year-olds, some 3-year-olds. It depends on your kid, obviously, too, what they can do and how well they can do it. My 3-year-old plays some of these games currently with a lot of assistance, so it depends on how much you want to give them. So one thing you'll notice is that 3 of these games are cooperative. We really enjoy cooperative games, especially for the younger ages, because they're just not, in our mind, mature enough to understand losing, especially in a game that is purely luck. Now, we do play some games that are win and lose. I like those typically to be pretty short games so that they can have many opportunities to also win and to lose, to learn to be a gracious winner and a gracious loser. Those are skills that children need to develop. But I also like to, if we're going to play a game, especially a game where I want them to be learning things, I don't want them so focused on winning that we can't learn the concept that I'm trying to teach them. And then the whole experience can get ruined. So we do a lot of cooperative games. Even as adults, we like some cooperative games. Because some people in my house, not me, are really good at games and do better than I do, and I like to win sometimes. Okay, first one is called Snug as a Bug in a Rug. This is by Peaceable Kingdom. So it's the next game. I like Peaceable Kingdom. They have quite a few good games. We have several others on the shelf. I just didn't want to show you a million games at one time. So this game has a cute little rug board that has a spinner. It also has all these cute little, can't see them in the bag. Has all these cute little bugs that are different colors. Let's see. They have different colors, different shapes, and different numbers of shapes. And so you just simply roll a dice to see if you're looking for colors or shapes or numbers. Then you roll the spinner to see what color, shape, or number you're looking for. And then you get to hide that bug. And the goal is to get rid of all the bugs before you earn stink bugs. So, really fun, simple game. You can play together. You can help them as they go, hey, you rolled a red. Oh, no, that one's green. Can you find a red one? So, fun little game to play with kids. We have had this one for years. I bet we've had this 7 or 8 years. And so they last really well. Like, even the boxes are better than like cheap games. So, really good game. Next one is Hoot Owl Hoot. This is our replacement for Candyland. We do not like Candyland. We have tried Candyland. My kids get to the very top in Candyland, or get to like the very end in Candyland, and then suddenly draw the card that makes them go all the way back to the beginning. And it was a huge frustration. And it did not make it fun for us. It just made it frustrating. So this is our replacement that we found. And what it has is you have to get your owls to bed before the sun comes up. So you have this gorgeous board. And again, we have had this for years, and it's still held up really well. And you put your owls on here, and this is cooperative. We're all playing together. We put all the owls. And then you have 3 cards in front of you, so the kids learn about making choices. You don't just draw a card. You have 3 cards. If you have a sun, you have to play it a different color you get to pick. And you get to jump over the wrong colors, and you just practice the colors until you get the owls in here. And you can move any owl you want. Everybody's working together to get all the owls home. So really pretty board. Really nice cards. Also, I believe Peaceable Kingdom has, if you lose a piece, you can call them and they'll replace it. If you lose a little tiny sun, which I'm almost shocked we haven't. But we do try to teach our kids to take care of the games that we have. We teach them when they're little how to pick everything up properly and put everything away. When we're done with the game, okay, let's all put the pieces in here. Can you put these pieces in this one? Can you put these pieces? We really do try to work to teach them to be responsible for those things. Okay, the next one, the third cooperative game is called Max. And this one is by Family Pastimes. Now I'll tell you, this one is not as well produced as the Peaceable Kingdom games. But it is still a really cute little game. And there we go. This one does have small pieces, so you would want to be careful if you have kids that still put things in their mouth. The other ones are a little chunkier, so you can be a little better with that. But you have a board where you're trying to get 3 animals back to the tree before the cat catches them. And we try to be very cautious how we say that, just the cat's going to catch them. So you roll dice to see which one you're going to move, and you move them around the board. And again, you're working together, deciding when do you need to call Max to come back home, and you can use little treats to call him home because oh, he's getting too close to the other animals. It's a nice cooperative game. They learn some decision making. They learn to follow the directions. Next one is Animal Upon Animal. This is a hobby game. We do love hobby games. They are ones that have really, really great pieces. Honestly, if I found a hobby game like in a thrift store, I would pick it up even if I didn't want to play the game, just because the pieces are so nice. So you could do something else with the pieces if you wanted. These are not divided correctly. Okay, you have all these bags and there are a mix of them. In this, you have I think it's an alligator. It's either an alligator or a crocodile. And each person gets a set of animals. There's, I think, a hedgehog, a penguin, a sheep, a monkey, a bird, a snake, and then there's a dice. And then you roll the dice and you can put 1 animal on, 2 animals on. You give 1 to somebody else. Somebody else picks which animal. If the animals fall, you have to take all the fallen animals. And so the goal is to stack all the animals onto each other. Let's see if there was a picture on here. Okay. So you can see on the back how they're stacking all the animals up. Super fun, nice little dexterity game. Even if you had a younger child, they do have a My First version of this also. So Haba has a My First version of games that are for younger kids. They do have a My First version that has really big chunky animals. But even you could kind of count these animals out. You could just stack them in whatever order you want. How do you think you can make the biggest stack? How do you think you can make the smallest stack? Do you think you can stack faster than me? So you could use this for some other activities. You also could hide the pieces around, and then the kid has to find them and stack them. And so you could kind of make it a multi-sensory type thing where they're trying to find them. Because in the winter, sometimes you need to expand how you do something to really stretch them. I like to use the phrase productively occupied. I like my children to be productively occupied so they don't get into trouble. Free time still, but if I can at least make it through lunch, the kids that have quiet time or nap time, but we need to stay productively occupied or we get ourselves into trouble. The last game I'm going to show you is called Louping Louie. I haven't looked on Amazon for all of these yet. I know those 4 there. I haven't looked to see. I did see in a Christmas catalog that a version of this with Bluey came out. And I'm super tempted to want to buy it, except we have 2 versions. We have this version, and I was looking for the other one over there. I don't see it. Must be downstairs. We have a Star Wars version of this also. So I'm a little leery to buy a Bluey one too, but I do love it. Okay, so this one, you have this little airplane that sits up on here. This is electronic, and this one does not have a huge educational value. This one is just a fun game. And you end up putting all these pieces together. This one goes kind of in the middle, like this. Each person has their own chickens that are in here, and as this swings around, it's electronic. As it swings around, it might knock your chickens. But you are trying to, there you go. You are trying to knock this guy over so that he doesn't hit your chickens and he hits your friend's chickens. Whoever loses all their chickens loses. Whoever has chickens at the end wins. This is a great, great game for kids to play together because there's not a lot to it. even the little ones can sit there and do this the whole time. Bigger ones can kind of start to have strategies and thoughts. I enjoy playing it with my husband, and our kids are usually there, and him and I are playing it. Wouldn't be the game I'd pull out for a date night game, but when it's just him and I and a couple of kids playing it, that's super fun too. So this is one that my kids love to pull out on their own to play. And this one is great because it is like 5 minutes. So, dinner's about ready, but kids are just being crazy. You can be like, hey, let's all pull out that Louping Louie. Let's play that like crazy for a little bit. And it's easy to put away when you're done. Obviously, the box has been very, very well loved. But again, it's held up well. And there are times that this one and the Star Wars version will both be out at our house, especially if we have some friends over. So those are some games I really enjoy for preschool ages. I will link them all in Amazon and share that with you. I will also be doing some other videos of games. We have a collection of, I think, about 300 games, something we really enjoy as a family. So if you have any questions, you want to see one of these played out, I could sit and play it with, well, probably my husband. I don't want my kids necessarily on camera, but my husband and I can sit and play it and show you. Or if you have some other questions about games or just about how I do life, my goal is to live a life pleasing to the Lord, do the things He's called me to do. And like I said, one of those things has been to raise children. And we just really enjoy that. And this is one way that helps us to even enjoy our children even more. So have a great day. Give us a like. And just let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for joining us today. Please leave a comment if you have something else you'd like me to talk about or you have any questions. Please hit the like button and subscribe to see more videos about what we do.